You're standing at a threshold right now, even if you don't realize it, a doorway between who you were and who you are becoming. The universe does not whisper to those who stay in familiar places. It speaks to those who dare to walk into the dark without knowing what waits on the other side. If your life feels uncertain, unstable, or confusing, don't run from it. This is the universe rearranging your destiny and preparing your breakthrough. 1. The unknown is where your real life begins. Life truly begins the moment you step away from the comfort that has been keeping you small. Most people don't realize that comfort is not safety, it is a silent cage. You grow up inside routines, familiar people, and predictable situations, and after a while, that world becomes your identity. But the universe does not transform you inside the same environment where your fears were created. If you stay there, nothing changes. Your dreams shrink, your potential sleeps, your spirit becomes quiet. But the moment you step into the unknown, even if your hands shake, even if your heart is uncertain, something inside you wakes up. You activate a deeper level of your mind, something ancient and powerful that only appears when you take a step forward without knowing the outcome. This is where your intuition sharpens, your courage begins to rise, and your creativity comes alive in ways you didn't think were possible. Suddenly, you start discovering strengths that were always inside you, but never had a chance to surface. You realize you are capable of more than you ever imagined. Maybe it's a new job, a new path, a new version of yourself. Whatever it is, it exists beyond the edges of your comfort zone. Nothing remarkable grows in familiar soil. Everything meaningful, everything life-changing, everything that transforms you lives in the places that feel uncertain. The universe often hides your blessings in the exact places you hesitate to go, not to punish you, but to prepare you. Those blessings require a stronger, wiser, more resilient version of you, someone who can hold success without breaking, someone who can carry responsibility without fear, someone who trusts their own inner guidance. That is why the unknown feels uncomfortable. It is shaping you into the person you must become before the universe hands you what you have been praying for. You are not just moving into a new place, you are becoming a new person. And by entering the unknown, you don't just receive opportunities, you become someone finally ready to receive them. This is why real life begins only when you have the courage to leave where you are. 2. The universe tests your faith before it shows you the way. Whenever you decide to change your life, the universe doesn't reward you immediately. Instead, it becomes silent, confusing, and uncertain. This silence is not a punishment, it is a test to measure what you truly believe. Anyone can say they have faith when life is easy, when everything flows, when every step is clear, but real faith begins the moment things stop making sense. The universe wants to see whether you are moving because you are desperate or because you are committed, whether you are seeking comfort or growth, whether you trust the process or you trust only what you can control. This is why, right after you take a step forward, life can feel difficult. Doors close, people leave, plans collapse, the path becomes dark, and you start questioning yourself, did I make the wrong decision? But in reality, this is the sacred phase where your destiny is being shaped. The confusion is meant to sharpen your clarity. The obstacles are meant to strengthen your resolve. The delays are meant to develop your patience. Nothing is happening against you, everything is preparing you. Before every breakthrough in life, there is a period of uncertainty. Before every blessing, there is a stretch of silence. Before the path becomes clear, it first becomes invisible. This is how the universe filters intentions. Most people give up here. They walk back to safety because they cannot handle the discomfort of not knowing. But those who continue, those who move forward, even with fear in their chest, earn the destiny that others only dream of. Faith is not believing when everything is easy. Faith is believing when nothing gives you a reason to believe. Faith is walking even when you cannot see the ground. Faith is trusting that the universe is guiding you, even when all you feel around you is darkness. And the moment you refuse to quit, the moment you decide, I will keep going no matter what, that is when the universe finally begins to reveal the next step. Not all at once, but slowly, one sign, one opportunity, one door at a time. Because the universe rewards the ones who stay committed even when the path is unclear. It rewards the ones who trust the process. 3. Your future self lives in a place Your old self cannot enter. Every version of you has a limit, a point where your past identity can no longer carry you forward. Your old habits, old beliefs, old fears, and old ways of thinking were built for the life you already lived, not the one you are trying to create. That's why when you begin to step into a new chapter, life feels heavy, uncertain, or uncomfortable. It's not because the path is wrong, it's because the old you is being stretched beyond its limits. Your future self, the one who is stronger, wiser, more confident, more focused, does not exist inside your familiar world. That version of you lives in a place your old self cannot enter. To reach that higher version, you must shed the patterns that kept you small, and shedding is never easy. It feels like losing your balance. It feels like losing control. Sometimes, it even feels like losing parts of yourself. But this uncomfortable feeling is not destruction, it is evolution. Just like a snake sheds its skin or a butterfly struggles inside its cocoon, you too must let go of who you used to be. Your fears will resist this process. Your ego will cling to the familiar. Your mind will try to convince you to return to the old path, because the old path feels safe. But safety does not lead to transformation, only surrender does. When you step into the unknown, your old identity starts to break apart. The habits that once protected you become too small. The beliefs that once comforted you become too limiting. The people who were aligned with the old version of you begin to fall away. This is not a sign that your life is falling apart. It is a sign that your old life is ending. The universe removes what cannot follow you into your future. It disconnects you from what will hold you back. It exposes the thinking patterns that no longer serve you. It forces you to stand alone so you can hear your own voice. You are not being abandoned. You are being rebuilt. Your future self carries a different energy, an energy of clarity, self-respect, discipline, patience, and inner peace. That energy cannot grow inside the environment that created your insecurities or your doubts. It needs space. It needs silence. It needs the unknown. This is why stepping into the unknown is so important. You are not just walking towards something new, you are becoming someone new. You are dissolving the outdated version of yourself so you can rise into the one capable of handling bigger blessings, bigger responsibilities, and bigger opportunities. Remember, you cannot become the future you while holding on to the past you. You cannot reach a higher life while living with your lower patterns. You cannot step into a new destiny while dragging your old identity behind you. The universe knows who you can become, and it gently pushes you into unfamiliar territory, not to scare you, but to upgrade you. And every time you choose growth over comfort, you prove that you are ready for the life that is waiting for you. 4. The universe rewards movement, not perfection. One of the biggest mistakes people make is believing they must be perfect before they take action. They wait for the right moment, the right opportunity, the right level of confidence, the right skills, thinking that once everything aligns, they will finally move. But life doesn't work like that. The universe does not respond to perfection. It responds to movement. Perfection is a trap created by fear. It convinces you that you're not ready. It freezes your potential. It keeps you planning, overthinking, and doubting yourself for years while your life remains exactly the same. The truth is simple. You do not get clarity before you move. You get clarity because you move. Think of every dream you have, every goal, every new chapter you want to start. None of them require perfection. They require a single step. The universe reacts to that first step with an energy shift. When you move, even slightly, you tell the universe, I am serious. I am ready to grow. I trust the path, even if I cannot see it. And that intention creates momentum. Suddenly, opportunities appear that were invisible before. People show up out of nowhere to guide you, support you, or open doors for you. Paths that were closed begin to expand. Solutions rise from places you weren't even looking. Why? Because the universe cannot guide someone who refuses to move. It can only redirect someone who is already in motion. Look at your own life. Every major change you've ever experienced began with a small, imperfect step. Maybe you didn't know what you were doing. Maybe you were scared. Maybe you doubted yourself. But you moved anyway. And that single action shifted everything. Movement is powerful because it breaks the illusion that you must have everything figured out. It teaches you that progress is messy, growth is uncomfortable, Success is built on mistakes, adjustments, and learning as you go. The universe doesn't need you to be flawless. It needs you to be willing. When you take action, even if it's imperfect, you begin to align with your higher path. You start to vibrate at a different frequency, a frequency of courage, openness, and possibility. That energy attracts the right opportunities, the right ideas, and the right timing. Perfection, on the other hand, sends the opposite message. I am not ready yet. I do not trust myself. I am waiting for something outside me to give me permission. But the universe does not give rewards to those who wait for permission. It gives rewards to those who choose themselves. Remember this. The path reveals itself after you begin walking. Life becomes clearer after you take risks. Confidence comes after you try, not before. You do not grow by staying still. You grow by moving forward, learning, and adjusting. Even the smallest step, sending a message, starting a new habit, making a decision, ending something toxic, trying something new, can start a chain reaction of blessings. The universe loves momentum. It loves courage. It loves action. And when you choose movement over perfection, you step into a flow where life starts supporting you instead of resisting you. You don't need to have the perfect plan. You just need to start. 5. The unknown forces you to rely on your inner guidance. When life becomes unfamiliar and the path ahead is hidden, something remarkable happens inside you. You begin to hear a voice you have ignored for years. In your comfort zone, everything is predictable. You follow habits, routines, and the expectations of others. You rely on the external world to tell you what to do, who to be, and where to go. But the moment you step into the unknown, all those outside signals become useless. Suddenly, there is no map, no clear direction, no guarantee, and that silence forces you to listen to the one guide you've had all along, your inner voice. This inner guidance, your intuition, your wisdom, your deeper intelligence has always been there, but comfort drowns it out. When you know what's coming next, you don't need intuition. When life feels easy, you don't need self-trust. But in the unknown, your intuition becomes your compass. You start paying attention to your feelings, your energy, your impulses, your instincts. You begin noticing subtle signs, small nudges, and quiet insights you used to overlook. The unknown strips away the noise of the world so you can finally hear the truth within yourself. It is in this space that you learn the difference between fear and intuition. Fear paralyzes you, intuition guides you. Fear shouts, intuition whispers. Fear focuses on the worst-case scenario. Intuition points toward alignment, growth, and possibility. And the more time you spend in unfamiliar territory, the stronger your intuition becomes. It gains volume, it becomes clearer, you begin to trust it, and eventually, you begin to trust yourself. This is one of the universe's greatest gifts. It places you where nothing external can guide you, so you are forced to connect with your inner power. You begin understanding what you truly want. You begin sensing what feels right and what feels wrong. You begin recognizing when something is meant for you and when something is draining you. This clarity does not come from logic alone. It comes from spiritual intelligence, the deeper part of you that always knows. In the known world, you rely on old patterns, but in the unknown world, you are pushed to grow beyond them. You become more mindful, more aware, more connected to your own energy. Every decision feels more intentional. Every step feels more conscious. You stop reacting to life and start responding to it. You stop depending on validation and start depending on understanding. You stop needing approval and start needing alignment. This is why the unknown is such a powerful place. It forces you to meet yourself, not the version of you shaped by society, not the version shaped by fear, not the version shaped by routine, but the real you. The you who is capable of leading yourself, the you who is capable of building a life that feels true, not just safe. And the more you rely on your inner guidance, the more the universe starts aligning opportunities with your higher path. You begin attracting situations that match your upgraded mindset. You begin meeting people who reflect your new frequency. You begin experiencing synchronicities, those strange, meaningful coincidences that tell you you're on the right path. These are confirmations from the universe. Keep going. You are aligned. You are becoming who you were meant to be. In the unknown, you don't just discover a new path, you discover a new guide within yourself. Someone wiser, calmer, stronger, more intuitive, someone who was always there, waiting for you to step far enough away from the noise to finally hear them. And once you learn to trust that voice, you become unstoppable, because now, no matter where you go, you carry your direction within you. 6. The unknown breaks your limits and expands your destiny. Every person carries invisible limits, mental walls built from childhood experiences, past failures, fear, rejection, and the beliefs you absorbed from others. These limits shape what you think is possible, what you dare to attempt, and how much you allow yourself to dream. Most people live their entire lives inside these boundaries, not because life is small, but because their mind is small. But when you step into the unknown, those limits begin to crack. You are pushed into situations that require you to think differently, act differently, and rise higher than you ever have before. The unknown forces you out of automatic living, out of predictable routines, and into an environment where growth is no longer optional, it becomes necessary. You cannot stay the same person and survive the unknown. You must evolve, or you will feel stuck. You must expand, or you will feel trapped. This is why the unknown feels uncomfortable. It exposes truths about yourself that comfort keeps hidden. You realize certain fears were illusions. You realize certain weaknesses were just unused strengths. You realize certain boundaries were never real, only mental shadows. Every challenge in the unknown becomes a mirror, showing you who you are and who you could be if you let yourself grow. The universe uses this uncertainty to stretch you. It introduces experiences that demand resilience, courage, and adaptability. At first, these experiences feel overwhelming. You might think, I can't handle this. But with each step, you prove to yourself that you can. And once you overcome something you used to fear, your entire identity expands. You begin to feel bigger than your problems. You begin to trust yourself more. You begin to see possibilities where you used to see obstacles. This shift in identity is not just psychological, it is spiritual. It changes your energy, and your energy changes your destiny. Your destiny is not fixed. It expands or contracts based on what you believe about yourself, and nothing expands those beliefs faster than stepping into situations that demand a higher version of you. In the unknown, you build discipline because you have to. You build courage because fear is everywhere. You build creativity because you must find new ways to survive, adapt, and grow. Over time, you stop seeing the unknown as a threat and start seeing it as a gateway, an entry point to a life that is bigger, richer, and more aligned with who you truly are. It is in the unknown that you discover potential you never tapped into. Perhaps you find talents you didn't know you had. Perhaps you realize you are capable of handling far more than you imagined. Perhaps you meet new people who trigger growth inside you. Perhaps you step into opportunities that your old self would have felt unworthy of. This is not accidental. The universe intentionally expands your environment so it can expand you. And once your mind expands, it can never shrink back to its old form. You become someone who cannot be limited anymore. Someone who doesn't fear change. Someone who doesn't panic when plans fall apart. Someone who understands that every challenge is secretly shaping them for a bigger destiny. The unknown doesn't just change your path, it changes your identity. And when your identity grows, your destiny grows with it. You start attracting experiences that match your new strength, your new confidence, your new level of self-pride. This is why the universe pushes you into the unknown, not to break you, but to break your limits, not to confuse you, but to expand you, not to punish you, but to prepare you for a destiny far bigger than the one you were living. And once you understand this, the unknown is no longer something to fear. It becomes something to embrace, because you know it holds a version of you that is stronger, wiser, and far more powerful than the person you were yesterday. 7. Trusting the process aligns you with your true path. Trusting the process is one of the hardest things a human being can do, because it requires you to release control in a world that constantly teaches you to hold on tight. We grow up believing that if we plan enough, work enough, stress enough, and force things enough, life will unfold exactly how we want. But the truth is far more mysterious. The universe does not follow your schedule, it follows your readiness. And trusting the process means accepting that some things must happen slowly, some things must fall apart, and some things must arrive only after you have become the person capable of receiving them. When nothing makes sense and everything feels delayed, most people panic. They assume they've made a mistake, that they're off track, that life has abandoned them. But this misunderstanding comes from believing that progress should always look like movement. In reality, some of your greatest progress happens when you feel stuck. Some of your greatest breakthroughs are being prepared in moments where you feel ignored. Some of your biggest blessings are shaped in silence long before they appear in your reality. Trusting the process means understanding that the universe is not working against you, it is working beyond you. It is arranging people, aligning events, and shifting circumstances in ways you cannot yet see. What looks like a delay might be protection. What feels like rejection might be redirection. What seems like loss might be the clearing of space. And what appears to be the end might actually be the beginning of your true path. When you trust the process, you stop treating life like a battle and start treating it like a collaboration. You begin to understand that your job is not to control every outcome, but to control your energy, your intentions, your actions, and your reactions. The rest belongs to the universe. And when you let go of forcing things, life opens in ways you never expected. There is a hidden rhythm to your journey. Some seasons are for building, some are for healing, some are for breaking down old identities, some are for quiet reflection, and some are for explosive growth. Trusting the process means honoring all of these seasons, even when you don't understand them. It means recognizing that not every moment will feel exciting, and not every chapter will feel victorious. But every moment is necessary. When you trust, something profound happens inside you. Your energy becomes calmer. You stop chasing what is not meant for you. You stop holding on to what has already ended. You stop comparing your timeline with someone else's. You shift from desperation to alignment. And this shift is powerful because the universe does not respond to panic. It responds to clarity, surrender, and confidence. The more you trust, the more you begin to notice synchronicities, small signs, coincidences, intuitive nudges, and unexpected opportunities that feel too precise to be random. These are reminders from the universe saying, you are not lost. You are being guided. Everything is unfolding exactly as it should. Trusting the process is not passive. It is not about sitting back and doing nothing. It is about taking action while letting go of the need to control the outcome. It is about doing your best and allowing life to handle the rest. It is about walking forward even when the entire road is not visible. It is about believing that what is meant for you will find you not because you chased it, but because you aligned with it. When you trust the process, you step out of fear and into flow. You begin attracting opportunities instead of chasing them. You begin meeting the right people without forcing connections. You begin experiencing breakthroughs without exhausting yourself. You begin living in harmony with your destiny instead of fighting it. And slowly, everything starts making sense. You realize why certain people had to leave, why certain plans failed, why certain dreams took longer, and why certain blessings arrived later than you hoped. You understand that the universe was not denying you. It was preparing you, preparing your heart, your mindset, your resilience, your emotional strength, and your spiritual awareness, so you would not just receive your blessings, but sustain them. Trust the process, because the process is shaping you into someone who can hold the life you desire. Trust the timing, because the universe knows when you're ready. Trust the unfolding, because even the parts that feel painful are guiding you towards something higher. The moment you trust the process is the moment your true path finally begins to reveal itself. Stepping into the unknown is not a journey for the faint-hearted. It is a journey for those who are willing to grow beyond who they used to be. Life will always give you two choices: remain where everything feels familiar but nothing changes, or step forward into mystery where everything feels uncertain, but you finally begin to evolve. Most people choose the first path because it feels safe. But safety is not the same as purpose. Safety is not the same as alignment. Safety is not the same as destiny. Everything you want, every dream, every breakthrough, every transformation lives on the other side of fear, not behind the people you know, not behind the routines that comfort you, not behind the identity you've had for years, but beyond them. The universe hides your greatest blessings in the very places you resist, because it knows that stepping into those places will grow you into someone capable of holding those blessings without losing yourself. You were never meant to stay the same. You were never meant to repeat the same cycles, hide behind the same fears, or shrink to fit inside the expectations of others. You are meant to expand, to rise, to break free, to evolve. And evolution is never found in the familiar, it is found in the uncertain. It is found in the moments where you have to trust without evidence, move without guarantees, and believe in yourself without anyone cheering for you. Yes, the unknown will test you. It will push you. It will strip away parts of your identity that no longer serve you. But it will also reveal strengths you did not know you had. It will align you with people who see your true potential. It will open doors you didn't even know existed. And most importantly, it will connect you with a version of yourself that is wiser, stronger, calmer, and far more powerful than the person you were before. Trust that everything you are going through has meaning. Trust that even the silent seasons are shaping you. Trust that the universe works through delays, detours, endings, and unexpected changes. Nothing is random. Nothing is wasted. Nothing is happening without purpose. You are being guided even when you feel alone. You are being prepared even when you feel lost. You are being shaped even when you feel stuck. The universe doesn't reward those who wait for perfect clarity. It rewards those who move with courage. Those who take the first step even when the second step isn't visible. Those who choose faith over fear, those who choose alignment over approval, those who choose growth over comfort. So step into the unknown, not because you are fearless, but because you are ready. Ready to leave behind the version of yourself that played small, ready to meet the version of yourself that was meant for more, ready to trust that the process is wiser than your worries, and that the universe is far more intelligent, loving, and intentional than you can imagine. Your real life begins on the other side of comfort. Your destiny begins the moment you stop controlling the path and start trusting the process. And your greatest transformation begins the moment you take one brave step forward into the unknown.